Keeping up with our motto that learning be a joy and teaching a pleasure, here we are with the remote teaching and learning process to bridge the gap. Happy learning, students! Today we are going to continue with Class 7 Science, Chapter number 5, Food Safety. Topics which I am going to cover during this session are methods of food protection and adulteration of food. We have learned about various methods of safe storage of food like freezing, drying, boiling, and airtight packing. These different methods prevent the growth of microorganisms in the food and thereby save the food from spoiling. What is food protection and food preservation? Food protection. It is prevention of food spoilage by microbial growth and infestation by pests. Use of various preservatives to prevent the food from spoiling for a longer duration of time due to internal factors is called food preservation. There are various methods of food protection and they are as follows: freezing, smoking, use of insecticides, use of insert gas, irradiation, use of preservatives, and pasteurization. Let us study all these methods in detail. Freezing. Biological and chemical reactions in food material are slowed down at low temperature. Means at low temperature it will prevent the microorganisms from growing. As a result, food remains in good condition for a longer duration. That is why refrigerators are used in the kitchen. Next is smoking. Smoking is a method of cooking meat and other food over a fire. Smoke itself acts like an acidic coating on the surface of food, preventing the growth of bacteria. It also dehydrates the food, thus creating an environment that is less suitable for bacterial growth. So, food is preserved with the help of smoke. Aluminium phosphide is often used in this method. Next is use of insecticides. Insecticides are the chemicals that are used to kill insects. It is used in medicine, agriculture as well as industries. Malathion is one of the insecticides that is sprayed on the gunny bags of the food grains to prevent and protect the food from insects. Okay, now look at this picture. I know it's your favorite, right? When you buy these chips from the market, you must have observed one thing, that this packet is filled with air. It is not exactly the air. It is only the nitrogen gas that is filled inside this packet. Let us understand the reason behind it. Nitrogen gas is the gas which is not reacting with the food. And as it is not reacting with the food, it stops it from becoming stale. On the contrary, if we see oxygen gas, it reacts with food, and as it reacts with food, it deteriorates the quality of the food by allowing the microorganisms and the fungus to develop inside it. And whereas nitrogen gas, it does not react with the food. So it prevents the growth of fungus and insects in them. This is the reason that nitrogen gas is filled in the airtight packets of chips as well as other foodstuffs. So this is one method of food protection by the use of insert gas. Next is irradiation. In this method, food is exposed to ionizing radiation such as high energy electrons emitted by accelerators, X-rays, gamma rays, etc. This process destroys the microbes, insects, and other potentially harmful microorganisms. Here in this example, you can see strawberry is exposed to gamma rays, which destroys the bacteria. Now let us see what are the benefits of using this method of protection. Now using this method has several advantages. The nutritional value is preserved in the food. It does not destroy the nutritional value. The nutrition are preserved inside the fruits and vegetables. Also, the pathogen reduction takes place, means the insects, the microorganisms, the bacteria, they are reduced in the food item by using this method of irradiation. Shelf life extension. Shelf life means the length of the time for which an item remains usable, that is, fit for consumption or saleable. So, it increases the shelf life of the food. Next is insect disinfestation, means the insects are destroyed. And also the sprout inhibition takes place. Sprout inhibition means it will slow down the process of sprouting. To understand this, I will give you one example that we have potatoes and onions at home. Gradually, after few days, sprouts starts coming out of onion and potato, right? So this process of sprouting is slowed down by this method of irradiation. So definitely we can use it for a longer period of time. So these are the different advantages of irradiation method, which is one of the method of food protection. Now, the next method of food protection is use of preservatives. Preservatives are the substances which are added to the food so that it remains in good quality or usable quality for a longer period of time. There are two types of preservative. First one is natural preservatives. Some naturally available materials like salt, sugar, oil, they are used as preservatives in pickles, jams, murabba, etc. The other type of preservative is chemical preservative. Few of the examples are shown over here. Acetic acid, which is nothing but vinegar, citric acid, sodium benzoate, and nitric salts. All these are the different chemicals which are used as preservatives, which are added to the food to preserve food for a longer period of time. They are used in sauces, jellies, jams, and in packaged ready-to-cook vegetables and ready-to-eat foods, etc. These preservative keeps the food safe for a longer duration of time. So mostly the ready-made food that is available in the market, it contains chemical preservatives. This is the picture of a great scientist named Louis Pasteur, who developed the technique of preserving the quality of food by raising its temperature to prevent microbial growth in the food. This is called pasteurization. Let us see what is pasteurization of milk. Pasteurization of milk involves Heating of milk up to 80 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes and then cooling it quickly. This destroys the microbes present in the milk and protect it for a longer duration of time so that it can keep the milk safe for drinking. Adulteration of food. It means addition of other substances to the food item in order to increase the quantity of food item in the raw form or prepared form, which may result in the loss of actual quality of the food item. Food is also adulterated in the following ways. Removal of some important components of food, for example, removal of fat content of milk. Mixing of low quality, inedible or cheaper material or a harmful color with food. Mixing of some harmful materials like small stones, fine sand, iron fillings, urea, dung of horse, etc. Now let us see few examples of about how the food is adulterated and also what are the harmful effects of consuming such adulterated food. Picture shows a list of different food items along with the adulterant and their health hazards. Here, adulterant means the substances that are added to the food item to increase its quantity. This adulterant may be harmful or it may not be harmful. The very first item in the food list is tea. And the adulterant which is added to tea is used tea leaves which is processed and colored. Next is milk. Unhygienic water and starch are added to milk to increase its quantity. Some unedible oils are mixed with edible oils. And lead chromate, which is a chemical which is added to turmeric powder. And the harmful effects over here you can see in the last column. It can lead to liver disorder, stomach disorder, or it can be carcinogenic, which is cancerous in nature. So, the effects of consuming adulterated food are health of the people is endangered by food adulteration. Some adulterants cause abdominal discomfort or poisoning, while some may affect the functioning of some organs if consumed over a long period of time, or even cause cancer. So, it is very necessary for each one of us to think about what we eat every day and about the nutritive value and the quality of the food that we eat. So eat healthy and stay healthy. Thank you so much. This is all for today.